America's cocktail culture is more creative than ever before, thanks to a new breed of bartender known as the bar chef.
So raise your glass as we toast the men and women committed to raising the bar when it comes to crafting great cocktails.
Hey, Jan, I know what you're thinking. It now as good as any juice I drinking. Man, I know I gotta go. It's the same thing every time. But I don't think another drink's gonna make me lose my mind. So I think about my next drink. And it's you and me and Father makes three tonight.
So what is the bar chef? We're about to find out from one of my mentors and the man who kicked off the bar chef movement right here in Manhattan.
His name is Dale DeGroff.
And among bartenders, he's a living legend. Hey, Dale.
Tony, salud.
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, sir.
Yeah. Oh, this is delicious. What did you make for us?
Whiskey peach smash. It's kind of an accidental drink. It used to be the whiskey smash, but one day the chef had some real sweet Georgia peaches one August, and I said, oh yeah, that's got to go in this drink.
Yeah, we all know that bartenders mix drinks, but what does it take to become a bar chef?
The young bartenders that I trained over the years, the first thing I say to them is be the chef of your bar. Approach it like a chef. Look what we've done in the culinary world in the last 35 years. People are now in love with big flavor. They get fresh seasonal ingredients on the table. Then they go to the bar and they say, wait a minute.
Doesn't follow through, it doesn't carry
Where's
over.
my fresh fruit here, you know? So I went back to the old books and I'm looking and I see a lot of fresh fruit. I see in the 19th century a guy throwing whole pieces of fruit in while he shakes the drink, and I'm thinking, whoa, that's an interesting idea. Do we even have any fruit at the bar? You know, let's go looking around here and find out what we can do with this. And I had to teach every young bartender who learned on those guns and on those mixes just like I did, how to use fresh fruit. It's difficult and it took a lot of training, and in the end the payoff is extraordinary. It's night and day. I mean, a fresh drink like this is just night and day over the neon green artificial mix that comes out of a soda gun at a bar.
Dale has been bartending since 1969 and was the head bar chef at New York's famous Rainbow Room, where he mixed some of the most complex and dazzling cocktails around.
From cutting-edge cocktails to classics, New York bar chefs really know how to mix it up.
Like the owner of the Flatiron Lounge in New York's historic Flatiron District, bar chef Julie Reiner.
So what inspired the Flatiron Lounge?
I really felt that there was a lack of quality cocktail lounges in Manhattan, and I wanted to do something that made the cocktail the star of the show, focused only on cocktails.
What then is your philosophy on drink mixing?
I would call it New Age tropical. Yeah, I grew up in Hawaii. That's really where I got my base. I grew up with mangoes in my backyard and lychee in the front yard, so I tend to gravitate towards tropical fruits a lot of the time with my cocktails.
So you're approaching this very much like a chef cooking an entree.
Of course, it should be balanced. All cocktails should be well balanced.
Bill Hamilton writes Shaken and Stirred, a Sunday column in the Times, devoted to cocktails.
About 3 or 4 years ago, the Times decided that we were seeing a lot of cocktail culture, Sex and the City, Cosmopolitans, and decided that we try and cover it on a regular basis as part of our lifestyle coverage for Sunday Styles. The scene has only gotten bigger since we started.
So over that time, how have you seen cocktails evolve?
Bartenders, bar chefs, as you'd have it, are taking a terrific amount of interest and collaboration with the kitchen about what they're creating at the bar. For all practical purposes, it's like the first course of a meal.
Absolutely. I would never think to go out to dinner and not stop at the bar. And to me, it sets the tone for the meal.
Right. Well, you and I are alike in that. But I see a lot of bartenders also who are creating, beyond using fresh ingredients for their cocktails, creating their own ingredients. One of the bartenders at Per Se, the Thomas Keller restaurant, he's making his own quinine. The bartenders down at Employees Only are making their own infused gins. They have a lavender gin. They're making their own bitters. So they are, in essence, reinventing the vocabulary of cocktails as well as just making certain that everything's fresh.
On a tip from Bill Hamilton, I decided to check out Employees Only. Located in Manhattan's West Village, it's a true speakeasy. And if you're not careful, you just might miss it. Employees Only proprietors and bar chefs Dusan Zarek and Jason Cosmos are on the cutting edge of the bar chef movement here in Manhattan.
Talk to me about your philosophy on preparing cocktails.
We take a
a culinary approach to classic mixology. We create our own ingredients. If there's like a flavor or a taste that we're trying to achieve and we can't, then we make it. It's no different than if you were a chef, you build the plate just like you build a drink.
Reading a lot about the history of the cocktail and, getting more into the substance of things, you get to learn that people back in the day couldn't just get out to a liquor store and get all the ingredients they needed, so they had to manufacture them by themselves.
As my visit with the guys at Employees Only, along with my journey to meet up with some of the best bar chefs in America, comes to an end, it's only fitting that I share one last cocktail with Dale DeGroff, who blazed the trail for many of the wonderful people we've met.
As you can see, bar chefs across the country are really changing the way we look at cocktails.